Welcome to day 4 of our 15-day fingerstyle challenge for the ukulele. Hopefully the first 3 days are going well for you. You're keeping up and you're working hard because today we have a new 3-finger pattern we're going to learn. It's going to sound a little something like this. All right, so this one is going to be the warm-up. So this is going to be getting us prepared to play day 5 song, which is Coconut's Dream. It's going to have the exact same finger pattern as Coconut's Dream is, and even some of the same chord shapes, but just a lot simpler right now. Just really focusing on getting this pattern down. Before I jump into that, make sure, if you haven't already, to join this as a free course at ukuleleToPros.com, the 15-day fingerstyle course. You can get all these videos together, also with the downloadable and printable sheet music and tab, and also the backing tracks as well. Let's talk about the right-hand patterns here, the right-hand fingers. So typically, and only in this challenge, we're only going to use 4 fingers: the thumb, the index, the middle, and then the ring finger. But these official names, and this is what you'll see underneath my tab, and also if you look online, will be letters such as P, I, M, or A. And so the official term, so when you're using your thumb, that's indicated by a P, and that's based off the word pulgar. So P. Index, indicio, so index, I works both ways. The middle finger is medio, middle, so that works as well. And then the ring finger, which is indicated by an A, is angular. Okay, so those are the official terms that you will see in the underneath the tab or the notation when you're looking at classical style music, whether that's for the guitar or the ukulele. All right, this pattern though is going to only use 3: P, I, and M. So get these 3 fingers, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually be on strings 4, 3, and 2. Now I have a high G on this ukulele here. If you have a low G, it's totally fine. I think it sounds a little better on the high G, but don't let it stop you if you have a low G. You can also play this on your soprano, your concert, or your tenor ukulele. And just know if you have a baritone in standard baritone tuning, it might sound slightly off because you'll be in a different key, but the pattern still works as well for the baritone. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to start here with your 3rd finger here is going to be on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And then with my I'm going to say right hand because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, it would be your left hand. But my picking hand, my thumb is going to be on 4, 3, and 2. This is going to be all free strokes. Remember we learned that in day 3, the rest stroke versus the free stroke. All free strokes for this one. All right, so the pattern's just going to go like this: thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. So that's really the key pattern for the entire song, is getting that down. Now, the other thing that's a little different or tricky about the rhythm for this one is these are triplets. So it's going to go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, so triplets, which are 3 notes per beat. All right. So this one, remember, this is a simplified version of Coconut's Dream for tomorrow, but this one's only going to use 2 chords. This first C chord like this, and you're going to do that for 2 measures, and then it's going to go to this next one, which is just going to be, I'm going to use my middle finger. I think that's a nice transition, and this is actually the hardest part of tomorrow's song, so we're kind of getting a little early practice. I'm going to have my 2nd finger on the 4th string, 5th fret, open 3rd and open 2nd. So what you got to make sure with your hand here is you don't want to be drooping down like this with this middle finger, because if you droop down, you're going to get that 3rd string open. So you want to make sure you're playing nice right on your fingertip there to get clearance for that open 3rd string, open 2nd string. The right hand or the picking pattern is going to be exactly the same, which is going to be thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So each one of these gets played for 2 measures, okay? So that's really, before we bring in the slow backing track, let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna go from the first chord to the second chord, okay? Just nice and slow. Each one, again, is gonna be for 2 measures. Here we go. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet. Now again, 1 triplet, 2 triplet. Now here we go. Again, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet. All right, when we do the backing tracks, we're actually going to then repeat that again, going back to the C chord and then back to this chord. Well, this is also a C chord as well. After you do it twice, we're going to end right here. Now, this chord is a little harder, but the reason why I'm throwing it is because it's actually the very last chord in our song for tomorrow. So I want you to get a little bit of practice. So you're going to basically come from this right here, and you're going to come to this chord right here. So this is a C5 chord, so it's going to be open 4th string, open 3rd string. Your 3rd finger is going to be on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then your pinky is going to be right underneath it on the 1st string, 3rd fret. And you're going to strum now this time a little different with your thumb. All right, so if you're coming from this chord, it's going to go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, and then you're going to go to the chord. Now what's nice about when you're doing this chord is your index and your middle are hitting open strings. So you can use, after you hit the thumb, you can actually start moving, hit those open strings, and then get ready for that C5 chord, which is just a C chord without the 3rd of the chord, which is the E note in it. So C5, just C and G notes. All right, so let's go ahead now. We're going to bring in the slow backing track and we're going to repeat the pattern twice and then end on this C5 chord. 1, 2, 3, and... repeat. So that was a nice slow tempo. If that's still a little fast for you, don't worry about it. Practice it without this backing track. Do it a little slower until you can work up to this one. But I do suggest practicing with the metronome. I think that helps get it right. And that was at 65. That slow was at 65. So anyway, are you ready? You know what I like to do, push you out of that comfort zone. We're going to do the same thing now, except we're going to do it with the fast backing track. 1, 2, 3, and... So I know that one was a little faster, but what I've noticed is once you get this pattern down where you can do it with almost like you don't even think about it, it actually is a little bit easier at the faster tempo. Plus, instead of just playing it always like this, straight, at the faster tempo, I notice I can add a little bit more dynamics. Just have that kind of that volume swell in and out a little bit. Just kind of brings a little bit of life to the music. Okay, get this pattern down because we're going to use the exact same finger pattern, P.I.M.I, in tomorrow's challenge, which is a song using this pattern called Coconut Stream. I'm excited. I hope you are too. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.